friends, it's your old pal Jordan the Lion, and we are still in Kansas, and today we are off to see the wizard. Let's roll. Daze with Jordan the Lion begins now. What we're going to check out today is something called Dorothy in the Land of Oz. Well, we are entering Liberal, Kansas, and you can see we're going to visit Dorothy's house. Well, we have found Yellow Brick Road. That can only mean one thing. I didn't know that Dorothy knew dinosaurs. Hello, Dorothy. Now, of course, Kansas is mentioned in The Wizard of Oz, and there is a Oz Museum in Oswego, Kansas, that we didn't hit because I wanted to hit this instead. Thought it'd be kind of a cooler experience. You've got the Dorothy Gale 1939 mailbox here, and then the billboard for Dorothy's house. A recreation of the Dorothy Gale home. And they also have a Coronado Museum you'll see there. Right here at the visitor center, they've got a Toto and a little Yellow Brick Road. Now, Liberal, Kansas also has a marker here for when Coronado came to Kansas. Coronado with 36 soldiers marched north of the Rio Grande Valley in the spring of 1541. After more than a month spent exploring central Kansas, the expedition returned to the southwest, disappointed in the quest for riches, but favorably impressed by the land itself. So here they have a statue of Coronado right in front of the visitor center. Welcome to the Land of Oz. I thought this would be kind of a fun experience because they have a recreation of Dorothy's house, but you also have a Dorothy that gives you a guided tour. And they have a little kids playland over here in the theme of Wizard of Oz. So you can stick your face through there. Look up here in the kids playland. The very top is called Munchkin Land. And then they have the flying monkeys up here. So let's go in and get a ticket and explore the Land of Oz together. Now let's just follow the Yellow Brick Road. Follow the Yellow Brick Road. Follow the Yellow Brick Road. Hello, Dorothy and Toto. Then right here beside Dorothy, you can push the button to hear the tune.
Follow the Yellow Brick Road.
Look at the Wicked Witch in the glass right there. You always had the power, my dear. You just had to learn it for yourself. Just in case you want to buy some ruby slippers, they have them here available for purchase. I will not be buying any, but kind of cool that they can make them available. There's some cool stuff here in the gift shop. There's Liza Minnelli. Cowardly Lion, Toto, Annie, Dorothy. This tells the story of Dorothy's house. How the governor wanted people to come to the Land of Oz. Now we're going in Dorothy's house. Ah.
In here we do have Auntie Em and Uncle Henry's bedroom.
That is Auntie Em and Uncle Henry's room. So this is kind of cool. This is exactly what Brian May and I are going to do a vlog about from Queen. He collects these stereoscopes. So you look through, it's like an early form of 3D.
And then there's also a suitcase on the ground for running away just in case Mr. Gold should come back.
Dorothy's showing us her room. You can see the tornado out the window, that's great. And Toto's bed.
And it's been kept in pretty good condition, and all of the keys work today except for 4.
The oldest piano in Kansas.
In here we do have our kitchen. Right here you can see 2 stovetop irons, which you can still see them now. And then you would put them on the stove, take them off, start ironing their clothes, and then it would take about 5 to 7 switches before you would get one shirt done. So instead of laundry day, it'd be more like laundry week.
Here they said they lined this with tin so you could hear if there were mice in there. There's the ice box.
Our lot bigger than usual because you'd only go to the store about once every 6 months. And then you can see 2 pressure cookers, but the thing about the pressure cookers is that you didn't see too many of them because if they were to reach the red zone, they had the possibility to explode.
Oh.
And then there's also 2 butter churners as well as in the Sears and Roebuck's catalog, which you can buy almost anything off there. You could buy bikes, which the prices have changed just a little bit. Women's bike is $8.95, men's bike is $10.95. A 5-piece furniture set is $14.95. And then you could also buy houses, but they're called kit houses. You would have to build them yourself, and they'd come in on trailers.
Laundry.
An incubator, it could fit up to 200 eggs inside, and it would take about 21 days for them to hatch. And you would rotate them twice a day, and that's why there's little X's on them. That meant someone had rotated them. And if someone either forgot to put the X, or they need to know if they need to turn it around or not, they would dim the lights and then put a candle next to it to see what the chicks had. Wash your clothes, you put it down here with hot soapy water, and then you use the soap agitator, and then run it across the washboards, and then bring it out with this cream separator. You put your cow's milk on the top, rotate this about 48 times per minute, but if you heard that noise, it could end up messing it up, and you would have to take out all 65 of these discs, clean them, and put them back in.
Heading through the house. And that is Dorothy's house that we were just in. Now let's go enter more of the tour. Land of Oz.
Is a storm cellar, and if there was a tornado today, I wouldn't recommend going inside there because it is nailed shut, and even if it wasn't, it's only about 4 inches deep.
Oh.
But if we did actually have one of those, they would normally in the summer put their canned foods inside there to keep them cool. There's a bit of a step up in the concrete.
See, here's the Land of Oz. This is what I'm excited about. So now she tells us that we're going to have the entire movie experience in here, starting with a tornado. Let's see what happens.
Alright, so the story does start off with me and my best friend Toto. He would walk me to and from school every single day, but of course he can't stay with me at school, so he would have to walk back home. So she complained to the officers and they said that she wanted him to be put down. And so she picked up my dog, but Toto, being the very smart one he is, he jumped right out of her basket and came running back to me. And then he checked inside his crystal ball and saw a woman clutching her heart and crying. And I knew that was my Auntie Anne and that I had to get home fast. I walked outside the caravan and I saw that it was much darker than usual and the tornado sirens were going off. And I had to get home fast to Auntie Anne. So I came to the door. Auntie Anne? Uncle Henry? Where are you guys? Auntie Anne? Uncle Henry? Where are you? Where are you? And I saw the storm was starting to pick up. Auntie Anne? Uncle Henry? Where are you guys? Where are you? Where are you? See? Huh? Hickory? Where are you guys? The lights are gone out. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I couldn't find them anywhere. It was so frightened. And so I went up to the back and I checked the storm cellar. Auntie Anne, Uncle Henry, open up, open up. It's breaking. I'm praying. Open up. And they could hear me over the storm getting louder. Where are you? Oh, Auntie Anne. And so I went into my bedroom and held Toto tight to me. He was as scared as I was. I woke up. I looked out the window and I saw a tornado. And that's wrong. He turned into a witch.
Oh, wow. Look where we ended up. Whoa.
I walked outside my house and I knew we weren't in Kansas anymore. I decided it must have been and a beautiful woman in here. She asked me, are you a good witch or a bad witch? And I said, well, I'm not a witch at all. I'm Dorothy from Kansas. And so she looked around and she said, well, that's all that's left of the witch and you must have dropped your house on it. Are you a good witch or a bad witch? And I said, I'm not a witch at all. Witches are old and ugly. And I heard giggling around me and she said, well, those are the munchkins. They're laughing because I'm a witch. And I said, well, I beg your pardon, I didn't know. And so she said that was quite alright. And the munchkins came out and were celebrating me because I was their national hero. And so we were dancing and singing, but then the Wicked Witch of the West appeared. She said, who killed my sister? Who killed the Wicked Witch of the East? Was it you? She looked down at the slippers and she tried to pick them up, and then they disappeared from under the house. I looked around, I looked down, and I saw they were on my feet, and I knew Glenda had put them there. And so she looked at me and she said, "I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too." And she disappeared into a cloud of quick smoke. And then I asked Linda, "Well, what do I do now? How am I supposed to get home?" And she said, "Follow the yellow brick road and go to see the Wizard of Oz, and you'll be on your way." So that's what I did. And that's when we came to a crossback, and I couldn't choose which way to go. And they both looked quite similar, so I asked Toto, "Which way do you think we should go?" Of course, not expecting an answer from a dog. I looked around.
That way looks nice. And of course that way looks nice too.
Oh my goodness, you can talk.
Yes, I can talk, but I can't get down from this post because I haven't got a brain.
Oh, well, maybe you should go get a brain from the wizard. I'm sure he would gladly give you one.
You think so? Get me down from here and I'll go with you.
Well, I'm busy showing these folks around, and it looks quite difficult to get you down. Can I come back for you later?
Of course, I don't want to hold up your tour. Bye, everyone.
I soon noticed that I was getting quite hungry, so I reached for the apple on the tree, and it smacked me on the wrist and called me rude. I looked at the face and said, "Well, how would you like it if I were to pick things off of you?" And I said, "Well, I wouldn't like them very much at all." And that's when the Scarecrow said something very smart for not having a brain. He said, "Well, she doesn't want your apples. They have little green worms inside them." And that made the trees very angry, so they started throwing their apples at us. But that's kind of what we wanted, because we were still getting food. The Tin Man. And he was mumbling something, and it sounded like oil can, so I picked up the oil can and oiled his mouth. Then he said, "Why, thank you. I've been resting here for ages." And I said, "Well, that must have been very lonely." And he said, "Well, that's the thing. I can't feel anything. I'm all hollow. I have no heart." And I said, "Well, you should come along with us and get a heart." The witch was very angry that we had made it all this way, and even made friends. And so she conjured up a fireball and threw it right down at us. And so the Tin Man was being very kind and decided to put it out with his hat. But then the forest started getting dark, and I started worrying about lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! And that's when a lion jumped out and started chasing my poor dog Toto. And I didn't like that at all, so I went up to him and smacked him on the nose. And to my surprise, he started crying. And he said, "What did you do that for? I didn't even bite him." And I said, "Well, you tried to." And I said, "Well, you're quite a scaredy cat for being a lion." And he said, "Well, that's the thing. I have no courage." And I said, "You can come along with us and get him some courage." And so he went along with us. We came to a sign that said Haunted Forest, which is Castle 1 Mile. I'd turn back if I were you. But we decided we didn't want to turn back. Little did we know the Witch of the West was actually watching us on her crystal ball in her castle, and so she sent her flying monkeys after us. She only picked up me and Toto, but then Toto, of course, being the smart dog he is, he jumped right off the drawbridge and went to go get my friends for help. My friends came to get me, but we were cornered by a bunch of Winkies. And so the Wicked Witch of the West came out from the back and lit her broom on fire, also my friend, and I didn't want to see him die, so I picked up a pail of water and threw it right on him. And some of the water actually landed on the witch, and she started screaming, "I'm melting, I'm melting, what a world, what a world." And so I picked up the broom, because I knew it was my only chance to get away, and started running. We did end up having to walk through a field of poppies. I began to feel very tired, and I knew the Wicked Witch of the West had done something, but Glinda came along and cast a spell upon us to wake us up. And so I rang the doorbell at the Emerald City, and a little man came out and he said, "Who rang that bell?" And I said, "Well, I did." And he said, "Well, didn't you see the notice?" And I said, "What notice?" He goes, "The notice on the door, plain as the nose on my face." And I said, "Well, sir, there's no notice." And so he brought out the notice and went back inside and said, "Bell out of order, please knock." So that's what I did. He came back out and he said, "Well, state your business." And I said, "Well, I'm here because Glinda sent me." And she said, "Well, I've never seen the wizard and I've lived here my whole life. Show me your proof." And so I showed him my ruby red slippers, and he said, "Well, bust my buttons. That's a horse of a different color. Come on in." And that's where the lion got a fern with a pretty red bow. I got a makeover, and my eyes dyed to match my gown. And then the Tin Man got buffed, and the Scarecrow was stuck. And he said, "It's obviously the wizard."
The Tin Man's getting buffed and restuffed. This is great. Love this. Oh, awesome.
small and meek in Kansas. I laid down the broom and I showed him every red slippers, asking if he could grant our wishes. And he said, well, I think you're going to have to come back tomorrow. And I said, well, I want to go home now. And that scared Toto. He ran back and pulled back the curtain. I saw a man speaking into a microphone. Turns out he was a wizard. He wasn't the greatest of wizards, but he was kind enough to grant our wishes. And so he sent us outside to a hot air balloon, where the Tin Man got a hard landing at Pitt, the Scarecrow got a THD, and the Cowardly Lion got a carrot. And so I got to go home. I got into the hot air balloon, but my dog started chasing a cat, so I had to go get him. And then I turned back around, and I saw the balloons in the air, and I said, wait, come back, I have no way home. And he said, well, I don't know how to control this thing, darling. And so he was up there, and I was stuck down here. But then I saw Glinda's bubble up here, and I knew she could help me. And I asked her, how will I get home now? And she said, click your heels 3 times. She said, there's no place like home. So that's what I did. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. I woke up, Auntie Em and Uncle Henry were by my side, and they said, oh, Auntie Em, there's no place like this. And you can see the Wonderful Wizard of Oz book. He didn't know what to call it, so it was just the Wonderful Wizard of. And then he looked down at his third drawer. It said O to Z. He took out the apostrophe, and the rest is history. That's how he came up with the name of the
Frank L. Baum's office.
And then over here you can see pictures of the different munchkins that would come and visit us every year in Ozfest, as long as our shortest one, who married a 6-foot man and had 2 average-sized children.
So this is really cool. This is the actual house from the movie. This is the one that they would pick up and spin for that whole tornado scene. Something. That's the actual one from the movie. It was just a little model. And that's the floor plan of the Gale house. Really great tour. Really, really great tour. And they said that this is all memorabilia donated by the Munchkins. And Jerry Marin was the last Munchkin to be alive, and he just passed away recently. And that is it for the Wizard of Oz Museum, the Land of Oz. Set out. Well, what a great tour. I think we had a really good time here, actually. I knew that it was a Land of Oz, but I had no idea inside this building they would really recreate the entire movie. I just thought that was so cool. So we'll show you a little bit more of the grounds here on our way out. And we will call it a day here from the Land of Oz. Thought that was great as she was showing us along the tour. She was showing us all the names of people that have bricks here, and you could see pretty much every character from the movie. And the very first one I showed you was actually Judy Garland's daughter, Liza Minnelli. So that was kind of cool. Here we have the Tin Man with his heart, the Cowardly Lion, and of course the Scarecrow. Well, my friends, I hope you guys enjoyed this experience. It was totally worth it. It was a great experience. I highly recommend it. Liberal, Kansas, Land of Oz, totally worth the trip. Have a great night. Thank you for watching. Tomorrow we will be back in Los Angeles for a very brief time because I made so many videos on this trip. I get a week off and then we're taking off again. We have been invited to a trip, or to vlog something on a trip, so we're gonna be taking off very shortly. Have a great night and goodbye. It's a double rainbow! Oh my god, it's a double rainbow!